So today we had a really early hockey game. So Sean is multitasking because it's on still. And if you don't know, the Canadiens got a new coach, the old coach of the Boston Bruins. And so we're hopeful that things get better because Michelle Terrier just, fucked everything up. So, hey everybody. Hey Laura and Sarah and Shy. Everybody's here. And Connor, Alyssa, Josephine, Nazanin, Eddie, Karen, Swifty Michelle and Sophie, Sheepishness. I know, go Habs, go. Woo, woo, woo. Hey Jessica, Miranda, Ola, Freya. How's everybody doing? So we were watching a little hockey this morning and I was cleaning the house a little bit. Hey Brooke. How is everybody doing? What's up this weekend? Anything fun? Sean and I have a party tonight. One of our friends moved to town, and so he's having a housewarming. So if you want to know who that is and what I'm up to, follow me on Snapchat or Instagram. Oh, hey Pantalina, thanks for all the likes. And no, I did not, I'm sorry, I did not do the karaoke of It's Finally Friday because we didn't meet the goal, and frankly I got tired and fell asleep at like 10 p.m. So there's that too. Sorry. I thought about karaoke and something different, just a different song for you guys, but I didn't do it because we didn't meet the goal, and so maybe next Friday. We'll try again. Next Friday. Oh, Julie says hi, Sean. Hey Letitia and Freya. I know I am an old lady, Sadie. Sometimes, well, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the weather yesterday, because if you guys didn't know, in LA we're having this like crazy storm, and so it literally started raining like in the middle of the night and didn't stop. It's still raining, and so it's really dark. Thanks, Letitia. So it was really, really crazy dark, and Sean and I both were just like, man, we're tired. I've been watching this new show, and I don't know if I love it or hate it. I'm enjoying it, but I don't really like the characters. It's called, what's it called, Sean?
Penny Dreadful. Penny
Dreadful, and it's interesting. Oh, thanks, Nevada Sparkles. So, oh, it's warm where you go. I'm so jealous. 70 degrees. I know some of my friends over, some of my friends on the other side of the states have said it's still not on the East Coast, not like New York, but like North Carolina and in the South, say it's still pretty warm there. Sophie Jo says she found a support group in her area for eating disorders. I'm going on Tuesday. So nervous, didn't even know they existed. I'm so glad you found one. Yay. And don't be nervous. Everybody there is in a similar situation. And to be honest, we can be really nervous at first. Like that's very normal, but you can just listen and see how you feel. You don't have to share anything right away, but it can help you feel, oh yay, I'm glad you're back, Maddie. Missed you too. It can help you feel less alone because people will share stories and you're like, wow, that's exactly how I felt. So I'm glad that you figured that out. Oh, it's gross in Florida? I'm sorry. But anyway, sorry I didn't karaoke, but we didn't meet our goal. And I would love to karaoke a song for you. But anyways, I'm back and we're going to have a fun time today. And I did all my mail yesterday, so there'll be no mail haul. So we're just going to crank through some questions. And then next week, I'm going to have a giveaway. Ooh, so I'll do it on the weekend because the last giveaway I did was on a Friday. And so, next weekend, depending on what day I'll do it. But make sure you follow me on Twitter and Facebook for the updates. Twitter is probably the best because that's where I'll tweet out and I'll also remind you and be like, we're going live. Are you coming? So make sure you follow me on there. And I hope you all enjoyed. You had a good Friday or Saturday. I'm not sure. I know all over the world we can be like, some of you are living in the future compared to me. So anyways, okay, let's get into, the leak, Layla. So we had a storm about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, right before Sean and I went to Texas. And I didn't know if it was a leak because they're doing construction I'm going to be on for an hour and a half, Ava. Oh, Callie, new subscriber. So if any of you follow me on Snapchat, you know that I snapped the leak in our ceiling. About like a few weeks ago, we had a storm, our first big storm, but they were also doing construction on the apartment like adjacent. Oh, how cool. I'm glad they have Wi-Fi too, Taylor. And so anyway, I didn't know what it was from. And so we sent a picture to our landlord and she's like, we'll have the guy come out to look at it. And oh, thanks, Amy S. You get to be here again. It was good to see you yesterday. Anyway, he came and he's like, well, we're repairing the roof on another building, but we'll come back and look at it. Well, now we've had this other storm and the leak has like spread. So hopefully, to private message me, the best way, Callie, is to ask it on here. Or if you or on Twitter, you can tweet it to me, but privately, I would just create a different name and ask me on YouTube below my Monday video. So anyway, the leak has spread, and we let them know, and I don't know. It hasn't fallen through or anything, but it makes me very nervous. Anyway, so that's the story about the leak in the ceiling. And it's like weird because we're not on the top floor. So I'm like, what's happening that it's getting in like a side portion? I don't know. That's weird. Okay. Let's guess somebody. Be our guest. Be our guest. Oh, Carrie. Your picture, you have your posters up. I love it. Let's see what's up with Carrie today. She's ready because I know it's actually not that late there. It's a little earlier because you're in Great Britain. So be our guest. Hi.
Hiya.
How are you?
I'm okay.
I put your shirt in the mail the other day.
Oh, thank you. That would be good. Can't wait. And there's a box on the way to you.
Oh, yay. We'll cross paths.
Yeah, chocolate in it.
I like your posters.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're good, aren't they?
Yeah, they're beautiful. Yay. I love them. I'm so glad they turned out well. I worked on those for a while.
They did. They were fine. So it's nice to get them.
How's everything going with you today?
It's been quite a good day, actually. Yeah.
Good.
I've sent off for a sad lamp.
A sad lamp? What?
Those sun lamp things.
Oh.
You know, for sad. Do you know what I mean? One of the sort. Can you hear me?
It's a little bit cutting out, but what? So you said it was sad?
You know the lights you get for the winter months that you can buy?
Yes, the sad lights. That's okay. I didn't hear lights. I heard sad time, and I'm like, sad.
Oh, right.
Cut out. Yeah. I'm like, oh. Yeah. So have those been helping at all? I
don't know. I've ordered it, so I've just got to wait. So,
okay.
Yeah,
because
it's in my
is it 20 minutes a day or something? They say is what to put the light on your face.
Yeah. We'll see. Yeah, it's been okay this week. Not too bad. I had my granddaughter with me today. So that was
nice.
So,
you there all day?
Yeah. So anyway, yeah.
Yeah. How old is she?
5.
Oh, fun.
The little boy's he's about 6 months now.
Oh, wow.
So I've only really had them back in my life since December.
Okay.
I wasn't allowed to see them for about a year by depression.
Well, I'm glad things are going better and you get to see them.
Yeah, I just got to take it slowly because I get really tired from fibromyalgia.
Yeah, and one step at a time, right? You know, we're working on things.
Yeah, but they're very supportive, everyone on this group. They're really nice. Anyway, so, yeah, I've sent Sean a back scratcher. So he's going to have his own. Sent Sean a back scratcher.
Oh, the back scratcher, yeah. He's going to love it.
His own one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so thoughtful of you.
Yeah, oh, that's okay.
That's so cute.
We've had quite a nice spring day today.
Oh, good.
It's quite warm here, which makes a change. But,
nice.
Yeah.
That is nice for a change.
Yeah, I just got a question actually for you.
Yeah, what's that?
I was Thursday at therapy, and we started talking about sort of self-care and everything. And she was, I use oils and that through my diffuser, and she uses my oils to remind me of my safe place. And as soon as I started thinking of my safe place, I suddenly had a flashback which really scared me of my past, and it just came from nowhere. Is that normal?
For a flashback to come out of nowhere?
Yeah.
It's very normal, especially when we're working on stuff, essentially, and like the fact that you're talking through things, right? And we're trying to like do some inner child work and some self-care. Isn't that kind of what you're working on in therapy, if I remember?
Yeah,
definitely, because we're kind of tapping into something. Yeah, and it can be really scary. If you can, I would write down like a little bit about what happened that day, because it feels like it comes out of nowhere, but sometimes we can track it back and figure out what the trigger was, and then we can try to like figure out whether we can process through that or whether that's something we avoid for now. But I would
Okay.
let your therapist know if you didn't already tell her that that happened.
Mm.
But yeah, it's very, very common for us not to know and to feel like it comes out of nowhere. Almost the
Yeah, I
same
did.
way like panic attacks happen. We're like, what happened? Where'd this come from?
Mm. Yeah, I did tell her at the time.
Okay, good.
Uh,
Yeah.
but,
And unfortunately, it is normal. And I know it sucks, but
mm,
if you tell her about it, and then hopefully we can kind of track back and figure out where it's coming from so that then we can, you know, stop it or process through it so it doesn't happen again.
that'd be good.
Yeah, I know, exactly. That's what we're working on.
Yeah, anyway, thank you.
Uh-huh. Of course, it's good to see you. Any other questions?
No, I'm all right now.
Okay.
Thanks.
Well, keep me posted.
I will do.
And I hope you like
Bye.
your t-shirt.
I will. Thank you.
Okay. Bye,
Bye.
Carrie. Uh-huh. Good to see you. Yeah, and that's the unfortunate thing about flashbacks. They can really come out of nowhere. And we don't know where they came from, and we're just doing our best. Um, oh, yeah, Maddie, of course you can guess. I'm going to answer a few questions here really quick. And then, okay, Layla has a good question. Oh, Pantalina, 400 likes. Thank you, thank you. Layla says, how to know when it's time to end therapy. I feel like I could benefit from it all. Oh, we got Sean on the DJ thing again here. He was saying that the sounds just keep rolling one into the other, and he's not used to that. So he's like, I just wanted just the cowbell or just this. But okay, so Layla said, how do you know when it's time to end therapy? I feel like I could benefit from it all life long. The truth is, thanks, Jalen. The truth is, this is a really good question. The cowbell. And so anyway, the truth about it is we could benefit from therapy. Oh, thanks, Jessica.
What is that?
Ooh, what's happening? Ooh, it's a...
What?
Oh, Allie B.
I'm screen grabbing. I'm screen grabbing.
From it all life. Of course.
That's
So
so
beautiful.
Wow.
I know, how shiny. I love the like, shing. That's so pretty. Thanks, Allison. Thank you, thank you. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, so to answer the question, yes, we could benefit from therapy all like our whole lives, and that's not a bad thing to feel. Like, for instance, I go back into therapy every so often as needed, as I feel stressed out, as things maybe get better or get worse. Thanks, Nevada Sparkles.
Number 5.
How are we number 5?
Number 5?
Jeez Louise, you guys. Right out the gate. So anyway, that's definitely normal to feel. However, I do think that if you feel like you're not progressing in therapy, and that's why you feel like you could use it forever, that might be, thanks, Sam Crow. That might be a reason to find another therapist or try a different type of therapy. Thanks, Amanda. And also, if you feel like you're, and Tony Perkins, thank you, thank you. I know it is because we're the bomb, Sadie. So the way we need to stop therapy, let's just get to the point. Katie, get to the point, is if we can manage on our own most of the time and we just go to therapy just to vent and talk and we don't really have anything to really process through or work on, then I think you should kind of lessen the number of sessions and slowly titrate down and see how you feel. And that's totally fine and totally okay and normal. Thanks, Shy Shy. And so I think it's normal, Layla, to feel like we would enjoy therapy forever, but I also think that we need to consider if we're still working on things and moving forward in our recovery, and if we're not, and that's why, thanks, Kayla, then we should find someone else or do something else or stop therapy, because therapy shouldn't be a lifelong crutch. It can definitely be a resource, but I think the difference between a crutch and a resource is crutch is something we need and we have to have, and a resource is something we touch base with periodically. So I hope that kind of answers it. There's no like black and white, tried and true answer, but that just gives you an idea of when to, when we should stop and all that stuff. I hope that kind of helps. Okay, let's guess somebody. Let's see. Lucy B, you didn't get to be on last time, and Daniel, I'll have you on next. How's that? Diddly ding. Sean is on the soundboard. Oh, hi.
I'm just going to the loo. Sorry. I'm running to the bathroom.
I was like, where are we we going? Where are you?
Just to get away. I'm on a live stream. Go away. My mum won't leave me alone.
Very curious.
Oh, that was stressful.
So what's going on?
I'm quite jumbled at the moment. I don't know. I feel like bye.
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 I don't know. I feel like my head feels so foggy at the moment, and I don't know why. I think it's because I've not self-harmed in so long that my head just feels so. I don't know. I just don't feel with it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And nothing's really changed. Like you haven't changed medications, you haven't done anything different.
No.
Have you been doing things to like help yourself? Have you been using your coping skills and stuff?
Yeah, I do art to cope because I love art, but
Yeah.
I feel like it's not like I feel like I'm not dealing with the problem. I'm just distracting myself constantly, and then once I stop, all the thoughts come back. But I can't do art like all
Yeah.
the time, so
Yeah.
I'm just like stuck. I don't really know what to do anymore.
Yeah. And do you have a therapist that you're seeing or anything?
Yeah, but she doesn't really help, and I feel really mean saying that because she's so nice, but we just talk. She talks way too much.
Do you think you could let her know what's going on and maybe because like I'm trying to think of like let's say you were my client and you were coming to me and you told me this was going on. My first thought would be that maybe we need to process through some of the emotions you're feeling because the usually we feel jumbled and chaotic when we're not processing through anything. We're just distracting and like shutting down kind of. And that's our way of getting through, which is fine when things are bad and when we're struggling because we're like just holding on to the recovery. But I would want to know, I'd want to process through more so you don't feel so full. Because that's kind of, I think, what leaves us feeling like jumbled and chaotic is like we're just barely hanging on. Does that
Yeah.
how it feels?
Yeah, that's literally how I feel right now. I don't even know what to like process through though. I don't even know. My brain is just so frazzled at the moment. I have no idea. I'm just stuck. I just feel stuck.
Yeah, and that's okay. We all go through periods where we feel stuck. I think something that might help, and I don't know, you could talk to your therapist about it, but something that I try with clients who feel like just overwhelmed is we do two things. First, I have them pick a feeling, and I have them like journal about a feeling. And we start with something that's like kind of small or an easy feeling. Like let's start with overwhelmed, maybe. And maybe that's not easy, but I'm just throwing that out because we talked about it. And you express how it feels and like journal it out or do art with it. Like I'll have them write the word on the paper in some fashion. You could doodle around it however you see fit. And that's kind of a way of like expressing emotions that we're feeling. And each week I have them try to do one. And then the second portion is, his phone's connected to his computer. He's super popular. So then the second part is having you like plan out a self-care day and what that would look like and try to do that. And I usually give them like 2 weeks to do the self-care day because I know that's really hard and a full day is like,
Yeah.
so yeah, I mean, those are the two things that but I would bring it up with your therapist. It's okay to say,
Yeah.
this is what I'm feeling. And you don't have to say, I like you, but you're not helping, which is the truth. And you could say that, like, you could even say, actually, the nice way to say it, the softer way would to say, when she's talking, say, a lot of the things you say are super helpful, but right now I feel like I'm just stuck and this isn't helpful anymore. And that's okay to say,
I feel so mean. I feel so bad.
Yeah, but it's not about us. Like, I don't take things my clients say personally. It's more about their process and like what they need from me at the time. That can change because I've had clients, they'll tell me, I've been doing that talking back to the negative voice thing and it was helping, but it's not anymore. And I'm like, okay, let's switch gears. Let's try something else. So that's why I think if you say, this used to be helpful, but right now I'm feeling really stuck and like what we're doing isn't helping. What else can we do? And that's like you're seeking to find something else,
Yeah, I do. I know. I need to find something else. I don't know what to do.
But that's what your therapist is there for. We're supposed to come up with some stuff too. You're just supposed to
Yeah.
try with us, you know?
I have one last question as well,
Yeah,
if
of
that's
course.
okay.
Of course.
Would you call it an eating disorder if, because I don't think I have one, because I'm like, I just purge every now and again. It's like if I don't self-harm, then I'll purge instead. It's like I flip between the two, but it's like it's nothing to do with like my weight or my body. I don't know why, it just makes me feel better. And it's not that often as well. And
It's
I don't know why I do it.
You do it because it's a coping skill. I
Yeah.
can't tell you how many people I have that do the exact same thing that you're talking about, where the self-injury will be under control and then the purging will get worse. And then the self-injury gets worse and the purging gets better. And it's good
Yeah.
that, I mean, it's not that often, but it is still an eating disorder. But it's more, I don't even like to call them necessarily like defining it and diagnosing it. It's like we're just trading one unhealthy coping skill for another, which tells me that the healthy ones you have aren't enough. And it's normal for them. They'll never feel as good as the unhealthy one. Why that is, I don't know. It's just the way our brain is wired, and it drives me crazy. But it can take like 5 or more healthy coping skills to fight out the one unhealthy one. So know that that's okay. I would just let your therapist know that like you feel yourself trading one for the other, and you could even just say what I told you. Like, I must not have enough healthy coping skills. Are there more things we can try? That could be a way to get unstuck too. But
Yeah.
it's
I
very
always flip
normal.
between the two.
So you're not going crazy. You're just trying to find a way to cope or soothe. Depends on what it feels for you. It could be a form of self-harm. Purging can be a form of, like, we think of it as like hurting ourselves. And that's usually because we don't feel we can express emotion out, so we express it in. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
I don't
So
even know why I do it. I just know it makes me feel better. I just feel calmer. It's always when I feel like really overwhelmed with work or something.
Yeah.
And it's like all this pent up emotion, then I can just get it out. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, that's why talking about like overwhelm, like doing art about it, journaling about it, try that. Because we have to find a way to
I
get
will.
some of it out.
I will. Thank you.
Of course. You're not stuck with it. It does get better. Okay? Trust me. You'll
Okay.
become
Oh, I'm also sewing something. 1 minute, I can run out now. I
okay.
can leave my bathroom now.
Now that everybody's left.
Now that everyone's gone. Oh, where is it? Ah! Oh no, it's it. I'm gonna send it to you.
Oh, the likes. Oh, here we are back.
It's the tree.
Oh, so cool.
It's gonna be like the logo, but I had to simplify it because it was just so crazy. It's
It is
not
a
gonna
lot.
get though.
It's a lot. I love it. Oh,
Yay.
that's so cool. Yay. So pretty.
So I'm doing that to cope at the moment, and it does help.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep doing it. And I would encourage you to try one of the emotions, like making some art around an emotion that you feel most right now that feels okay. Like, I don't want to trigger you completely. I want it
Oh
to
no. Yeah,
something
I'll try
like-
that. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Well, keep us posted, okay, Lucy?
Oh well, thank you so much for everything, by the way. You're
Of
too
course.
amazing for this planet.
Aw. Well, happy to help. Glad to be, I can be a resource, you know?
You are. Your live streams make me so happy.
Yay! Success. Okay, we'll see you soon. Let me know how that works.
I will. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
And thank you, Lily Carlson. Woo woo for the big tipper. If you have a question, let me know. And thanks, Letitia, for all the bars and the thumbs ups. Oh, okay. Becca's asking if I'm accepting new patients. I'm actually not at the moment. I even have how come it won't go away? So weird. Okay. Thanks, Manda. I even have a client right now whose schedule's shifting and I can't find a way to make it work for him. So sorry, I'm not. And like you guys know, I only am in my office part-time and I do this part-time. Well, I do this kind of full-time and that part-time. So it's like time and a half. Okie dokie. Thanks, Pantalina, for the applause. Okay. Yeah, Nazanin, you can ask a 2-part question. And then I'll try to get through. Okay. Now, Amanda said she wants to be a guest really quickly. and she has something to show us, so let's get her in there. And then I told you, Dan, I think it was Daniel, that you'd be next, so I will get you in right after this. Don't worry, I didn't forget. Dokie. Be our guest, be our guest. Hi.
You hear me?
Right now a little bit. It's like a little choppy, but what's up?
I just wanted to show everybody this.
Oh, beautiful. So pretty. Can you guys
I just
see it
wanted
okay?
to show some beauty for everybody today.
Yeah, that's so pretty. Oh, it's so nice. Oh, you're cutting it.
I'm out on the boonies, so I don't have good service. I just wanted to
That's
show
fine.
everybody.
Well, thanks for showing us, Amanda. I'm glad you're able to be on.
Thanks, Mandy.
All right, bye.
Okay, bye, honey. That was really pretty. And then it kind of
Nice
chopped
of
up,
her to
but
think that way.
yeah, I agree with Sean. That was nice of you to think that way. And it is cool to be able to see pretty, beautiful things and be reminded that, like we were talking yesterday, like the thing that Kimmy had sent when she was like, sometimes you can write down the things that are positive. I have the list over there, but I have to get up and like climb over some things that are in my way to get to it. But she talked about how writing those things down when you're feeling good or taking pictures and things like that, then when you're having a bad time, you're reminded that things can be good. And also one of the things that I really liked that was part of what Kimmy had sent. Oh, Kelsey, new subscriber. She said that you can just have a day. You don't have to have a good day. Thanks, Brittany Ann. And so I think that that's something to remember as well. Okie dokie. Oh, pajama pants today. Pajama pants. I always wear pajama pants almost always when, 6 subs away from 100. That's really cool, sheepishness. Look at us, growing. But yeah, I always wear pajama pants when I'm at home. I don't really like regular pants. I can't help it. Okay. Let's get
Kayla Cornfield, 400 likes. Nice.
Ooh, thank you, Kayla. Woo woo.
Live
And
at
let's get
Sparkles.
Daniel on.
All right.
He's from SK. What do we think that is? Hi, Daniel.
Oh, hi.
How are you?
Could be better.
Having a rough time?
Kinda. That's actually the thing. The last few days or so. Kinda, how can I say it? Well, I haven't slept properly. For a few nights, actually scared to fall asleep.
Not sleeping at all, or just like little bits and waking up?
A little bit, few hours. 5 hours, 4 hours a day.
Oh, ick. So is that making you feel extra down
No,
in the
it's actually, the problem. As long as I'm tired, I don't get those nasty nightmares, which are actually
Oh.
memories.
Yeah. Are you seeing anybody, like a therapist or anybody to talk about it with?
Yeah, actually, yes, I do, but the thing is, well, I can say nothing wrong about her. She's actually really nice and kind of amazing. Only, well, soon something happens, so it kind of gets every time to, well, how can I say, well, singing. She wants me actually to sing during these sessions, so to get the stress off.
That's a good idea. I used to sing in college, and I joined a choir as an adult, and I found it to be really, really good for getting emotions out. Kind of expressing yourself. It can feel really good.
Well, true. Only, well, kind of afraid to say what's really the problem.
Would you feel more comfortable saying it in chat versus here? It's up to you.
Well, the thing is, well, nightmares, actually, that's, well, memories of sexual abuse from my own grandmother.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Are you able to, like, is this something you've ever talked about with anyone before?
Well, first therapist, while doing the therapy, when it came actually up, didn't know, only, well, emotionally I didn't know it till once we started to have the flashbacks.
Yeah.
After a while, well, it got a little bit, how to say, well, to be honest, stuck, and well, she told me that she can't actually help me anymore, so I should to see someone else. Well, now I'm, well, with the therapist I'm now, well, and
And
she
it,
hears me through, but, well, that's the only thing we actually do then. See, that's all.
oh, that's all. And maybe you need a little bit more, because that can be a great thing for you to do on your own as homework. But I do think that there's going to be, when any of us have, sexual abuse in our past, especially when we're children, there's a lot of like healing of our child self that needs to happen, and a lot of that comes through talking about it, and also kind of like safely mothering that child of us that was harmed and hurt. And I don't know if you have heard me talk about the Courage to Heal workbook. It's a great workbook.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, and I don't know, if English is your first language and what you'd like it to be in, but I know it's been translated into a few other languages as
Actually,
well.
no, it isn't, but I don't have a problem with it. Not at
Okay,
all.
okay, perfect. I was like, your English is perfect, but I know some people prefer to work in different languages. But yeah, it's a great workbook, the Courage to Heal workbook. I would check it out and see if that's a little more helpful. And it's something you could even bring to therapy and say, the singing has been super beneficial, and I'm really finding it helpful, but I really would like to do more work. Because you can say I'm struggling to sleep because I'm having nightmares and flashbacks. And it makes it difficult because once we have those, it's hard to get back to sleep, you know, because we don't want to potentially go right back into it. And I totally understand. So, do you think you could say that and see how she responds, or yeah, because
Okay.
it does get better. I want you to know, Daniel, it does get better. It's just
Well,
something that we
I hope so.
yeah, yeah. And the nightmares will go away. It's something that's very common when we've had abuse in our past. But I think talking about it, even saying it out loud here, is a really great step because that it's often when we hold it inside that it comes out in nightmares and it comes out in flashbacks and stuff like that. Because you were hurt, and so we have to heal that trauma, and by talking about it is the best way to do that.
Thank you.
Yeah, keep us posted, okay? We'll be thinking of you.
Thank you. Thank you much.
Uh-huh. Bye, Daniel. That's so hard, you guys. And I think, when we're trying to recover from sexual abuse, especially when it's someone from our family, oftentimes we wait so long to talk about it, and it can be just really hard. But know that it can get better, Daniel. And the Courage to Heal workbook has been really great for a lot of my clients and a lot of the viewers that I've talked to them about it. It can be really great, and I'm glad the singing is helping, but I think by expressing to your therapist you need a little bit more will be well received, and you can get the help that you need to keep moving forward. Yeah, and a lot of people are saying, like Jennifer saying, she waited till she was 18 to talk about it, and it's very normal to be scared to say it, but the more we say it, actually, the less power it has over us, and the more quickly we can work through it. So sending love and hugs your way. Keep us posted on how you're doing, okay? Thanks, Erin, and thanks, it's Christina, for all the tips. Woo, 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 you guys, you're so amazing. So amazing. Yeah, Shashari says, take your power back. Take your power back, Daniel. And everyone's sending love your way. Okay, so Amanda's saying, how do you deal with anxiety when just trying to find a therapist? It can be actually very hard to find a therapist when we're feeling really anxious in general, and not only to like find someone, but just to like make the appointment and get there. Am I right? It can like hold us back and slow us down, and it can take us a lot longer to even, do it. Thanks, Manda. And so I think the best way to find the right therapist is to have someone supportive help you. That's what I found has been the most helpful for other viewers of like you that are having trouble, is to have someone supportive help you either make the appointment, go with you to the appointment. And obviously the first session you're going to be anxious anyways, but I would hope, and let me know in the chat, I find that people usually tell me that they'll still know by the time that they go there, they'll know if they like them or not. Regardless of whether we're anxious, we'll still know if we think we can hang out with them and chat with them. And so I would encourage you to have someone help you make the appointments, or if you can set them up via email, a lot of places offer that option. And then, go, because otherwise we don't know if we like them until we see them. Thanks, Kayla. And yeah, like Palm Tree Beach is saying, she knew she liked hers the first time she saw her. And so find out if you like them or not. We're not going to take offense if you don't, or if you don't want to make another appointment. It's not about us. It's about you. Thanks, Sammy. Woo woo. Yeah, Waxley Webb says she liked the first one she saw. And I liked...
I like the first therapist I saw too.
Sean's being sarcastic. He's talking about me. Oh, Brent is here. Hey. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't like that one guy that I saw, but I only saw him for a short period of time. Thanks, Manda, for the likes. But, then I found Jana, and I love her, and I've been seeing her for a long time, off and on. So, yeah, I mean, know that it's very normal to feel anxious, but if you have some support and you have other ways you can set up the appointments, you'll get through it. Don't worry. We just have to make sure that we feel comfortable with them, and it's like one step at a time, okay? I know the chat is crazy, Sophie Jo, isn't it? Now, Kayla's asking my opinion on emotional support animals. I think they're great. I've written many letters for my clients to get them emotional support animals. I think that for many suicidal clients that I've worked with over the years, having something that depends on you can sometimes keep you here and keep you not harming yourself, and I'm really grateful for that. It also can get us up and out of the house. I prefer dogs to cats, not because I prefer them personally, animal to animal, but because dogs have to be walked and we have to get outside. And yeah, some people walk their cats. We have a few people in our town who walk their cats, and that's cool. But cats don't always like to be walked. So I think the fact that we have to walk dogs and get outside really helps also, because a lot of things I'm doing with my depressed clients has to do with like showering and getting outside once a day and getting sun on your face and things like that a dog can really, really, really help with. Okay. So yeah, those are my thoughts on that. Okay. Let's see. Our guest, we have Jalen. Jalen is waiting. Are you ready, Jalen? I know you said you were getting the goal up to come on.
Oh, it's Mixie. Took 1,000 bars.
Ooh.
It's Mixie.
Mixie.
It's Mixie.
It's Mixie. Woo, woo, woo.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Katie.
How are you?
Hi, good. I'm sorry, I'm doing the black screen because I'm nervous. Is that okay?
That's totally fine.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
First, I just wanted to say I think you're awesome. I love what you do on here. It's so great. It's a great community.
It is a great community, isn't it? It's because
It
of
is.
people like you.
Oh, thank you. So I just have a quick question. I was put on medication for, actually I was put on Klonopin for OCD and Tourette syndrome.
Uh-huh.
It seems to be helping, but I'm having problems like getting out of bed and getting motivated to do anything. So
Yeah.
I don't know, like I can't even like seem to get up to like get ready for bed or like to do anything to clean my room, or I'm just not sure how to deal with that.
I would let your doctor know. Klonopin can be very sleep-inducing. Do you take it at night, I presume?
Yeah, I take 1 milligram at night.
Yeah, and it's very normal. I've had clients who are on Klonopin who really like struggle to get up because it's really sedating. And there are other options available. I'm not saying that like necessarily want to switch your medication because you might feel great other than feeling sleepy. And so I would let your doctor know, because Klonopin can do that. And I'm not saying that it definitely is, but I would express to them that like, hey, I might be feeling a little better, but I can't do anything. Like,
Right. I'm like not sure if it's like the depression or it's anxiety or it's just the Klonopin now added on to it or made it worse. I'm not sure.
did it happen with the change of medication? That's usually what I ask my clients. Like, did you notice it? like a week
Yeah, I
out.
think it was kind of around the time I went from a half a milligram to a milligram.
Yeah, and that's why I assumed because Klonopin. Whenever I hear Klonopin, I'm like, ooh, it can be so helpful. I know I've had clients on it, and it's been super beneficial, but it's really sedating, and there are
It
other
is.
options other than it, but everybody's different. So I would let them know, that that's happening, and see what other options there are, or if you can try something else or anything, because it's hard if it changed when you went on the medication, when it increased, then chances are that's it and it's not the depression. Because depression's also, I don't know, how does it feel? Is it just that you're tired? Does it feel the same as your depressive symptoms?
I'm tired, and it's also like I'm not really motivated to do anything. Like I don't want to go out. I don't want to, go out with my friends, or I used to go for walks. I don't even feel like, well, it's cold now, but like
Yeah.
I used to go out all the time, and I just don't feel like doing much of anything anymore.
Because I don't know, I would talk to them and let them decide with you because they'll do some assessments to figure out if it is the depression or not. Um, my initial thought is that it's the Klonopin, but because it just takes away all your energy, so everything seems like a really big ordeal.
Right.
But depression can feel very similar, but there'll be other questions that they'll ask to see if it's that. But let them know because you shouldn't have to deal with this for any longer than you already have. Um,
Right.
and that's really normal. Like Klonopin's, it's a really sedating medication. So,
Yeah.
and a lot of people are talking about how their medications have, like Shashari says it made her really out of it, the Klonopin. And so
Yeah.
know that
It will.
I would just call them. First thing
Okay.
Monday, call and then let us know what you find out. Because, if it is a depression, then maybe there's something else that you can try and we can lower the Klonopin. There's a lot of things that you can do and there's a lot of options. Don't think that you have to be on this medication and it has to be this way, especially if you're feeling terrible.
Yeah. I mean, I did tell him that it was fine, and he put me on Prozac too in the morning, thinking that it would give me more energy, but it really hasn't really, I haven't noticed much of a difference.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Prozac. I know it helps some people, and it takes a long time. Like Prozac can take like 3-4 weeks sometimes for some of my clients to even show if it's helping. And it has like high poop out rates, meaning like it'll help for a bit and then it'll poop out and it won't work anymore. But if they have that on in the morning and you haven't been on it for very long, it could still help. But I'd let them know that you're having a hard time now because we don't want you like this for any longer. It sucks to feel like you have things to do, but you literally can't. It can be
Yeah,
like really frustrating.
it is.
Yeah, so
Okay.
reach out to them Monday morning, talk to them, and
Okay.
let us know. Okay?
All right. Thanks, Katie. It's good
Yeah,
talking
thank
to you.
you. Of course. Thanks for being
All right.
on.
Bye.
Bye. And if any of you do get nervous to be on camera, you can just block um, your webcam. And like I have a sticker I put over mine when I'm not on the live stream, and you could do that. Okay. Oh, and bye, Amanda. I'm glad that you were able to pop on and show us that beautiful, beautiful picture. And thank you, Mandy, for the wonderful tip. I saw it, but I didn't get a chance to say thank you. And guesting Alyssa G to hear her play the ukulele. That rhymes. Bye-bye, Amanda. Thanks for coming on. We love the beautiful scenery. Okay, I'm getting my water. Thanks, Nate K. Woo, 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 woo. Okay, and Brittany Ann.
I just like that name. Yo, it's Brittany Ann.
I
Yo.
know, it's Yoitz. Oh, yo, it's Brittany Ann, I see. I always say Yoitz.
Yoitz.
That's why I read it. Isn't that, you guys, the funniest thing when you see
Yoitz.
that, because it's what it sounded like in my head. When you get to reading names really quick, when people have funny different screen names, it always cracks me up because I'll read them completely wrong. And who was it? Was it you, Sadie, who said, like, Katie, you made a joke on Twitter. I loved it. It was like trying to sound out the names, and it was like, I don't know if you remember what I'm talking about, but it was so hilarious. Okay. Thanks, Letitia, and thank you, everybody. Yep, I laugh every time she pronounces it. Yo, it's pretty. I'll remember now. But that's, that's a problem I have. And thanks, Jaylyn, for the tip. Woo, woo, woo. And Kayla for the likes. Yay, yay. Yoits. Yoits. I think yoits is a funny word to me. I really enjoy it. Thanks, Kayla. Okay. Let's guest somebody. guess somebody. I'm looking for you, Alyssa. Okay, Alyssa said she's going to play the ukulele. So let's have her on. Yo, I know, but yo, it's Brittany Ann. Sean reads it correctly because he's not in a rush like I am. And also, it's just me. Be our guest. Be our guest. Thanks, Wascally. We missed you yesterday.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. Can
I love your outfit. You're all dressed to impress.
Okay.
Oh, you're frozen. Can you see me? Am I moving? Thanks, Amy S. Can we? You guys, is she frozen for you? Hello, hello.
I think she's frozen.
I think you're frozen, Alyssa.
Oh, on to the next.
No.
Are you on good Wi-Fi? Are you close to your... Oh. Nope. Poop. Oh, hey, Anthony. Official Anthony.
By the way, Anthony's show's great.
I know. We were on your show yesterday. Was it yesterday? It was yesterday. I love your show. I'm glad that you're doing live streams too. Okay. That's enough of that, Sean. We can try again, Alyssa. Maybe if you get closer to your router or get your signal stronger, we can see you and we can hear your beautiful ukulele. Okay. It's SMMC says, how do I become more self-reliant? I feel like I depend on people far too much. I think a lot of us can feel that way, especially if we're struggling, and know that it's completely okay to rely on others and to have supports when we're having a really hard time. I think that the challenge that I would give to any of you who are feeling this way, like you need to be more self-reliant, give yourself the opportunity to do so. We're all going to have different levels of ability to do things on our own. Ooh, who's giving me a ring? Oh, Anthony. Oh, you flatterer, you. It's so pretty. I love it. Thank you. I love how it like, it shines. It's so shiny.
Every time I come around, bling,
Bling. I know. Sean wants to sing a rap song. Thanks, Anthony. And I'm glad that you're doing your live stream. That's really great. And the more... Sean loves that chime. He loves it so much. I had to. I know, does anybody else, when you're on a live stream, you see all the little things below? And I'm like, what does that one do? What does that one look like? Like when, who was it yesterday? Not Charlotte. I want to say Charlotte, but it's Cheyenne. Cheyenne was like, I had to see what the helicopter did. So thank you, Anthony, for the beautiful ring. And the truth about being self-reliant, back to the question, is we have to give ourselves chances and challenge ourselves to do things on our own. So the homework that you get from your therapist or the homework that you're getting from anybody in your treatment team, or even if you're working in a workbook on your own, challenge yourself to do things on your own and try it. The worst case scenario is that we realize we can't and we have to ask someone to help us. And it's okay to rely on others for things. However, if we're not working at it on our own and we're relying on them to make us better, we won't get there. And we won't get better because it has to happen from within. And so the truth is that if you find yourself feeling too reliant on others, challenge yourself. Oh, Daniel, he's a new Patreon patron. Thank you, Daniel. So anyways, that would be my thoughts about it. It's okay to be reliant on people when we need extra support, as long as we're challenging ourselves. So, give yourself a little breathing room and know that it's okay, and know that you just need to make sure that you're still trying. That's all. Thanks, Sadie girl. Thanks for the likes. Woo woo. Okie dokie. Let's see. Of course. Nirvana Sparkles. Sensory motor obsession. Pabu Zuko. Yeah. I will be doing more about sensory processing, sensory motor. Those are things that I don't really know that much about. And so I'm hoping, and I'll be putting, for those of you who are on my Patreon page, and I do the different monthly surveys for what videos get to be filmed and then what professionals we want on. Like I was talking about last time. Oh, Montezarudman? Did I say that right? New subscriber. Monetizarudman? Did I say that right? Monty? I'll say Monty for short. Thank you, new subscriber. Of course, Maddie, I'll try to find you and have you guest. Don't worry. Whoop whoop. Okay. I imagine the Kenyans were called Yoitsin. But anyways, back to the question about the sensory motor obsession. I'm going to try to get, when we reach $3,000 a month on Patreon, I'm going to try to get someone who specializes and get another specialist or two maybe on, so we can find out more information. I know hashtag Yoits. You guys, I love it. So funny. Okay, so let's see. Maddie, and then Alyssa will try you again. Because I saw, yep, Brooke, I saw. She said she changed her Wi-Fi. Oh, Michael's here. It's funny, I feel like you guys pop out and in, and they'll be like, they were here. And I'm like, I already saw. Michael was here. Hi, Maddie.
Hi. Is it frozen?
A little bit. It's a little choppy. But keep
Okay.
going. We'll see if it catches up with us.
Okay. So yesterday at work, I just had this situation that made me like super anxious because I'm a nanny and I take care of two kids and they're 2 and 8. And the parents are divorced and the dad of the 8-year-old came to pick her up and he wasn't supposed to. And
Oh, it puts you in a
yeah,
shitty
so
position.
exactly. So I didn't want to give her to him, and he threatened to call the cops on me. And he was literally just standing in the doorway, and he called me a little girl and all kinds of other stuff. And it just made me like so angry and anxious, and it felt horrible because like I'm in charge of these kids and I'm freaking out.
Yeah, that would, first of all, that would make anybody upset and any of us anxious, and like that would max me out because I was a nanny
Yeah.
for a long I think, first of all, know that you don't have to keep a job like that. You
Right.
could, I know you probably need the money like we all need the money, bills don't stop coming because we don't have a job. That doesn't work out that way, but just know that you have that right. But the truth, I mean, I'm assuming you let the mom know.
I let the mom know. She has like a video doorbell and stuff so the whole conversation was recorded, and like there's problems with the dad like this all the time, but I love the kids and they're super attached to me, and so like I don't want to leave. It's just I want to be able to handle this situation better so that it's not as big of an issue as it is, because like I'm still super upset about it today.
Of
Like I'm still
course.
not over it.
Yeah, and
So,
it's okay to not be over it. That's a scary situation, and I think I mean, first of all, there's a reason he's not supposed to see the kids, and he can't come
yeah.
and take them, right? Like
Yeah.
he's not being a good father. I don't know what he thinks he's doing, but bullying the nanny and being a total dickwad doesn't make things better, and it makes you look worse. Makes him look like what he is, right? Unfit.
Right.
And so give yourself time to process and know that, like I said, you don't have to keep the job. I know it sucks. Like, I'm not telling you to quit, but like if it makes it hard to go to work and it's hard to be there, I don't know if it's safe for you. Like, that's what I worry about, because if he's just showing up and like demanding, I mean, you don't have to open the door and you can call the
Right. It
police
was,
yourself, but like
yeah.
you don't deserve that situation. That's not your ex-husband and you don't have children, like in a lot of
Yeah.
ways, something I've learned as I've gotten older is like if a situation is making me struggle, like it's making me feel bad, I'm anxious, I'm having a hard time, I don't want to go to work, like life's too short, it's not worth it. Like I'd start looking for something else and get out as soon as you can, if that's how you feel about it, And I know you love the kids, and that's the hard thing with nannying, is because we're like watch them grow up essentially, and we feel like
Yeah.
they're part of our family. So I totally get that. But also you need to feel safe where you work.
Yeah.
And I don't want,
It's so frustrating because like I know what the mom goes through, and like I hardly ever have to deal with this guy, and it was so frustrating for him to come in because I feel like I'm with his daughter all the time. Like I take care of her and you're they're going to come here and just disrespect me that way, first of all, because it was,
Yeah, it's terrible. I like, even when you're telling the story, I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. Like, yeah, essentially, no wonder you're still having trouble. It's like traumatizing. You were frightened for like, what would he do? What's going to happen? And that's not okay. I mean, I know you love the kids, and trust me, I was a nanny, and I stopped nannying for them because I was into grad school and didn't have time anymore. And so I, kind of quit, but not like I hated them or anything. And I still keep in touch with the mom. So know that you can still do that. Like, you just don't need to be in a position. It's not safe. Like, the mom needs to get that shit under control. She either needs to have a restraining order. Like, the cops need to be involved. You shouldn't have to deal with him. Like,
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just giving you options. But
Yeah.
you deserve to feel safe. You shouldn't still be having an issue with something that happened at work. We spend so much time at work. Life's too short to be scared there,
Yeah.
But I'm glad that, I'm glad you were there to protect the kids, because,
Yeah.
what the fuck, man,
Yeah.
So,
Well, thank you
yeah.
so much. I just needed to.
Yeah, and talk about it with people. I tell anybody who'd listen, that helps me when I'm feeling maxed out. I'm like, you're never
Yeah.
just to like get it out. So, yeah, hang in there, but I would look for something else if you can.
Okay.
Just so,
Okay.
because I don't know how long this.
Yeah, the mom is supposed to.
Because divorces can go on forever, and parents can make it really terrible. And if he's not accepting of what's already been decided,
Well, he just wanted an issue to cause drama. He was arguing over a 4-hour period, and he thought he could get away with taking her because he thought I was going to be a pushover.
yeah. Well, I'm glad that you weren't, but that should be okay. You're not involved. You're just there to take care of the children,
Exactly.
So, yeah. Look after yourself first, and then, talk about this until it's not bothersome anymore, because it will go away, but you have every right to be scared. You have every right to be upset about it and to feel that way. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, keep us posted, okay?
I will. Thank you so much.
Of course.
You guys are
Happy
all
to
awesome.
Yeah, you too. And everybody loves your wall behind you, your gallery wall. That's
Oh,
beautiful.
yeah, thanks. It's like,
So cool. Oh, look. Oh, wow. Okay. Pretty.
Yeah.
Pretty. I love it.
Thank
Okay.
you.
We'll see you soon, Maddie. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
So pretty. So yes, O'Shawn's given me notes. And there's a question. Whenever my therapist wants to talk about stuff like depression, I get really defensive and shut down. How can I work on opening up to her more? Okay, so the question is, how can I essentially work to opening up to my therapist more? Because when they want to talk about anything intense, I kind of shut down. And know that that's very normal, because, sing.
Anthony's going to sing.
Oh, you're going to sing.
Is that what's going on?
Maybe. I know you had people singing on your live stream. Okay. We'll get to you, Anthony. I'll look in the guests. Okay, so trying to open up in therapy can be really hard, and we can be really scared, and we can feel overwhelmed by it sometimes. So know that that's completely normal and okay. I find we have to start. Oh, me. Oh. We get into the 100,000 to karaoke. Is that what you mean? I'm kind of nervous.
That was a nervous laugh.
It's a nervous laugh. Anyway, back to the question. Opening up to a therapist can be really hard. However, I find starting with what's going on currently can be the easiest way in. And obviously, if they're going to bring up like depression as a whole, it's okay to even say, I find myself shutting down, or I feel overwhelmed a lot, or I'm doing this or that or whatever. And so it's okay to say that, and like, this is too much, this is too fast. And I haven't seen your message, Wade, but I'll look for it, definitely. And thanks, Kayla, for the likes. So know that you can you can mention that and you can say it. And I would start by what's happening now, what you're feeling now, and see if that helps. I find that when we start with things that are more current and less, because current for some reason can feel less invasive, and I don't know why that is, but it's almost like because it hasn't had a lot of time to like stick with us and ruminate with us and be stuck, it's like it's easier to just talk about. And so I'd start with some normal everyday things that are happening, some things you're feeling at the very moment and the symptoms that you're expressing, and start there and tell them that to go into it all the way feels overwhelming and you find yourself shutting down. It's completely okay to say that. Okay. Okay. Oh, I did Mermaid Maddie. That was the last one I did, Sean. He was telling me
sorry.
to guess Mermaid Maddie.
No.
And Chloe. Chloe. We ready, Chloe? Is he wanting me to sing? Is that what he says?
He's just joking around.
He's trying to get me to sing. Be our guest, be our guest. I'll sing that one. Put our service to the test. Do, 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 do. Oh, Lucy, that's a good question. Ask that when I'm done. Well, let me see if I can get through it. Can PMSing affect mental health? Definitely. Hormones are real, people, and they can definitely change our mood, make things harder. Especially if you have PMDD, it can be even worse. If you find it affecting your mental health, let your doctor know. Talk to your gynecologist or whoever you see, and let them know, because it does happen, and it's important if it does. If we find it affecting our mental health, it's important to track it so we know when to expect it and we can prepare ahead and we can get our resources together, we can plan and feel better. Chloe, I don't know why it's not connecting. It still says it's connecting, though it's trying. Yeah, and Karen, hormones do suck. It can be really bad. So just know that, you know, it's just one of those things. It happens, but we have to know if it's happening so we can track it. Okay.
Pantalina.
It's just trying to connect. You guys can't see it, but half of my screen says connecting. Oh, yeah, of course, Lucy. No problem. Pantalina asks, how is it possible to be on antidepressants and fall into depression at the same time? Because your antidepressants aren't working. They're not a good fit. And it's very normal, Pantalina. I have clients who've had to try like 3 or 4 antidepressants or more sometimes until they find one that fits or a combination that works. Know that sometimes it's not just one medication, sometimes it's 2. And I know that can feel really overwhelming and kind of scary because we're like, ooh, I don't want to be on that many medications, but know that that's really normal. It's completely okay. And it's really just part of the same process, like figuring out what helps. So if you're still feeling depressed, or if you're still feeling anxious, or if you still find yourself going into hypomania or whatever, having delusions, whatever you're struggling with, if you're on medication, make sure that, you know, you tell them that you're still having the symptoms, because that just means it's not working. I don't know what to do because it won't. Let's see if I can try to guess someone else. It's just frozen trying to guess Chloe, and I don't know what's going on. Let's try Alyssa again, because she says she has better Wi-Fi.
Carolyn Curtis with Bullhorn.
Make Alyssa live. Yeah, that was weird, guys. I don't know what's going on with the YouNows, but I think it was frozen. It was frozen. Oh, and PCOS and mental health? Yes. That's actually something that I've wanted to have a specialist come on.
It's gonna work. Is it working?
Yes, there you are. Hello. Do we hear her?
Frozen? Yes. Okay. Choppy, kind of.
A little choppy, but not so bad. Keep talking and let's see if we're better.
Okay. Well, hi. How are you?
Yeah, it's coming together. I think it's okay, you guys. What do you think? They can hear you. They say hello. It's better.
Hello. Is it okay? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Here you go.
Play real quick, and then I have a question to ask also.
Okay. Of course. Yep. Everybody says it's good. It's good.
Okay. I'll play now. Okay. Oh, okay. We're good. Okay.
Oh, it's cutting out.
Well, do it all.
Oh, such a good song.
Everything on our own.
Such a good song.
We don't need anything or anyone. If I lay here, if I just lay here, chasing cars around our head. I need your grace to remind me to find my own. If I lay here, if I just lay here, show me a garden bursting into life. Okay, that's it.
Yay!
Okay, oh my gosh, my heart is racing.
You did so good. Such a good song. Oh, I loved it.
Okay.
What's the name of that song?
It's called Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol, guys.
Yeah. Okay, so I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I have never been to therapy or never like had that you know thing behind my. Anyways, so I've never like done that stuff, and I like have been feeling like really down lately, I guess, like for like a couple months now, and my family is not really big on talking to anybody like at all. Like it's more of a okay, well you suck it up and you just kind of carry on with your day, and you know you'll deal with it later, and it's like you push it away, kind of, you know.
Yeah.
And I just have a hard time saying what I feel to my parents, and I kind of go to therapy about it and stuff, and know how to exactly ask them because my family's not big at therapy and psychiatry therapy and etc.
Yeah, so like how do I say it? How do I let them know I need help?
Yeah.
And I think in truth, I find with parents especially, like if we need our parents to kind of support us in some way, like whether it's paying for the therapy or taking us to the therapy, I think parents tend to do best when we keep it really short and to the point. Because a lot of parents will be like, well, they'll come in to see me with a client and we'll talk about it. And they're like, well, I didn't know that was what was going on. You just said blank, blank, blank. And I'm like, but yeah, but that's the same thing. So I find if we keep it really succinct, parents can hear us and then they understand. And so I would just express to whichever parent, if you talk to them both at the same time, that's fine. But I find it works best if we talk to the one we're the closest to. And I would just let, like your mom or dad know. And I would say, I have bad days where I feel really down and I find I'm just trying to ignore it. It's kind of getting worse. And I'd like to just talk to someone before this turns into something more. And you can say, because it cut out. It just went away. Well, I'll continue to answer the question. Thanks, Alyssa, for your singing and everything. Woo, woo, woo. And thank you to our Newfie man who gave us some likes. Woo, woo. But the truth of it is that telling parents just should be straight and to the point, saying I'm having a really hard time. Some days I feel really sad and really down and I feel like it comes out of nowhere. And then I just kind of push it back and try to go on and it just feels like it's getting worse and building up. Could I see someone so I could talk to like a therapist about it so it doesn't get any worse? And then that'd be like the end of the conversation. That'd be the end of what you're telling them about it. And then just, see what they say. And if you can also say, if they don't respond well, let's say, thanks, Jaylyn. Woo-hoo. Let's say they don't say exactly what you're hoping they'll say. You can always say, well, can you at least think about it and we can talk about it tomorrow or another day. Give them another chance to come back to it. And then let's cross our fingers and hope for the best. Thanks, Amy S. But know that it's very normal to be nervous about it. It's very normal to worry that our parents won't understand. But I find if we keep it straight and to the point and tell them what we need from them, that it comes out best. And then just say, I'm wanting to see a therapist. Can I, do this, that, or the other? Okay, let's see. We've got about 20 minutes left, you guys. Are you ready? Okay, let's see. Emily is saying, can we repress memories so far that they seem as though they haven't actually happened, but there's an odd feeling that something happened or a missing piece? Yes, this is very normal. Oh, you sent it again, Wade? I'm going to look for it because... Oh, I see it. Sean, can you gather it? It says, I went to the police about my dad.
Okay, I'll look. I'm looking. Go ahead, do your
Okay, you'll find it? Okay.
Your question for Emily is right here, by the way.
Oh, okay. Okay, so thanks, Sean, for all that you do. He works really hard. Anyway, we can repress memories, especially, that's why there's a whole debacle. I have a video about repressed memories, by the way, Emily, and I would definitely look it up and watch it. it helps kind of talk about it in more detail. But yes, we can repress them so much that we question whether or not they actually happened, or whether or not it was, you know, a real thing, or if we made it up. And so I think that it's okay to worry about it. And I talk in my video about repressed memories, how we can like fact check them, and we can't always, but truth is that we don't make things up. Why would we make up terrible things that have happened? It doesn't really make sense. If we have an inkling that something's happened, and periodically we have flashbacks, we have things that come up, or things that we don't like to do but we don't know why, or songs that bother us, that's how it, you know, that's how we know that we have them. That's how they show themselves. And so know that it is very normal. And I'm looking for the rest of it, but is there odd feeling? Yes. So know that, yes, that could happen. That is very common. And watch my video about repressed memories for more. But I would encourage you, if you're not already, to see a therapist and talk with them about it, and, you know, start talking it through to see what you can remember, what really happened, and process through the trauma potentially. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, of course, Alyssa. Thanks for being on. Carrie, I'll be back on probably on Friday. I usually do a Friday one, and my Fridays I try to do a little bit later because my Australia folks have trouble because it's really early in the morning, because they're, let's see, 5.5 hours behind me, but they're a day ahead. Not to confuse you at all, but I'm 18.5 hours behind many of my people in Australia. So I try to, you know, make that work. Of course, Emily, yeah, and discuss with your therapist. Yeah, but that is very normal, and I hope that video is helpful, okay? So anyway, I try to, you know, make it work for them.
I'm still looking for Wade's question, though.
Wade's question, yeah, it was Wade.
I'm still looking for it, so if they want to resubmit it.
Yeah, you could resend it, Wade, because I know that it said something about you went to the police about your dad, and I'm wanting to know what happened. Do you guys remember? And Wade, I sent the poster. Wade was one of our poster winners. Okay, here it is. I went to the police about my dad, and he found out and did something worse, and now my friends say I'm lying and end up in the hospital from an overdose. Have the police not done anything yet? I would not go home. I'm sorry that happened. That's terrible. And other than I'm sorry, I don't know what else to say. That's just horrible. And I hate that that's even happened to you, and that you had to go through it. But yeah,
there's got to be someone to help.
And Wade, I think, I'm not sure, I forget, are you in the UK? I forget what address I put on your thing, but if any of you know of resources of advocacy groups, I would definitely let them know at the hospital. I would tell them. I'd tell the nurses, I'd tell the doctor, tell them, you know, what's going on, because there are other ways to get help and get support, so you don't have to go home, because I don't want you to have to be around your dad ever again. It's not a safe place, and you shouldn't feel scared, and that shouldn't happen to you. And so I would let them know, don't leave the hospital, don't go home. Reach out to someone and get some extra support.
Someone at the hospital will be able to put them in touch with someone. Like,
and there are resources. There's like part of, even everybody in the hospital has a different role, but there are people there who work in hand with like social services and finding placements and finding help and finding supports, and even helping you fill out proper paperwork. Maybe there's more you can do or more you can report. Don't let people who think you're making it up get to you. People will think whatever they want to think always. We can't control them. All we can know and control is ourselves. And we know that bad things have happened. We know that it's not safe. And we know that it's put us in a position where we'd rather die than deal with it. And so know that you're not alone. Know that we're here for you. And please tell somebody. Please reach out. Please get, you know. And people are talking in the chat about different resources that are available. But yeah, let them know at the hospital, because there's always somebody there that can get you some more resources. And thanks for keeping us posted, Wade. And I'm glad you're still here. Just please take care of yourself and know that you don't have to go home. Okay? Don't let them send you home. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, and Amy S says talk to your GP about a community mental health team. That's maybe what you can ask. And then they can get a refuge, Sophie Joe's saying, so they can keep you safe. Okay? Let's see. Yeah, and there are social workers at the hospital. That's essentially what my job was. Thanks, Jalen. So yeah, please reach out. Okay, Heidi says the criteria for anorexia in the DSM says that you have to be concerned about weight. But what is it when you restrict, but it's about control? It's truly the same thing. It's not that even though the DSM says you have to be concerned with weight, even though it's technically about the control comes out of the fact that you're controlling what you ingest and therefore losing weight. And I know that it's like that's why the DSM isn't really something that people should read looking for a diet. Thanks, Kayla, for the likes. It isn't something that we should read looking for answers to what we're going through, because it's more for clinicians. And I mean that like it's more for mental health professionals, because we're going to make the right decision when we, are reading through something and not reading it so literally. Yes, weight is always kind of part of anorexia, but it's even the fact that like they had loss of period as a criteria, but that should have been taken out a long time ago, because guess what? Guys have eating disorders too. And guess what? Birth control forces a period. So that's bullshit. So don't think that just because one little bit doesn't fit you quite right, don't make you like, because eating disorders get super competitive and they'll be like, well, then you don't really have the diagnosis. You're not sick enough. And Don't go down that road. It's bullshit. The DSM is just a guide. It's just something that we use essentially for treatment planning and for insurance purposes. Okay. Yeah, like EDNOS. Like it's like EDNOS. It's just it can be really annoying. Okay. Official Anthony says, do this quickly. Why do people with codependency seem to be targeted by people with narcissistic personality disorder? Because the truth of it is that people with narcissism need a lot of attention often, and they seek it out, even in unhealthy ways, and can be really detrimental to others in their life. And it can be hard for relationships because they need so much positive reinforcement. And those of us that are codependent and often tend to be like really empathic and really giving. And so it's almost like it fits together. Does that make sense? Like what the narcissistic person is seeking is what the codependent person gives. And so it can be a really unhealthy and honestly extremely volatile and terrible relationship, but they happen a lot. And that's why people like narcissistic personality disorders given such a bad rep, is because of the people that they tend to fall into relationship with, and they tend to hurt them. And obviously we all have our faults and we have things that we deal with, but I struggle with the comment sections of a lot of those videos, because I don't think it's right to say that a whole diagnosis makes someone bad, because that's not the truth. It's the actions that they take, and not everyone does that. And I think that those relationships tend to be the most harmful and the most detrimental, and those are probably the ones where those people get into the comments and are like, they ruined my life. But we all play a role, and I think that we all have to take responsibility for our own role, and being in a relationship with someone who is harmful to us, regardless of what their diagnosis is, both parties have to own it. It's not just all that person's problem. Yes, some people can be abusive, and that's a whole nother thing, but I agree with Dan the Newfie Man. Personality disorders are demonized in the media. Exactly. Like they make it sound like it's all their fault and they've done everything to be a horrible person, when everybody's different. Everybody experiences a diagnosis differently. Just like we were talking about the eating disorders. Like it's not really about weight. It's more about control for me. But that's still an eating disorder, but your experience is going to be different, and the way that you express it is going to be different. So yes, those are my thoughts on that. Oh, Sean, they're asking if you want to eat a pepper.
Yeah, that's 100,000 likes. Like we.
That's 100,000 likes. Oh,
seriously, like, be honest though. Remember how hot?
You guys.
It's not even a joke.
I had like.
I would do it.
This little bit, and it was uncomfortable. Remember, we talked about it, and I was like,
it puts you up for a day and a half. I mean, if you want me rolling around in pain.
Yeah, I mean.
Why did I grow them? Why?
Oh, I don't know why you grew them. I don't know why you wanted those peppers. But yeah, I had like the teeniest little bit, remember? And I was like, the mucous membranes in my body, like, send the mucus, shut down the heat. And it was like the teeniest little bit of a habanero. Ghost chili pepper. You're trying to kill us?
Dude.
Okay. I know, it was crazy. So, yeah. Okay, let's try to get...
What time are you going till today, by the way?
We have 10 more minutes. Let's try to get Melinda on. I think we tried last time, Melinda, and it didn't work. Is that right? I feel like we tried yesterday, but I don't remember seeing your beautiful face.
Hi.
Hi, there you are. Didn't we try yesterday and it wouldn't connect or something?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, so what's going on? How are you?
I'm doing better than the last time we talked, I guess. I quit my job.
I'm assuming that's a yay?
Yeah, I just felt the administration was emotionally abusive towards some children and staff, and I just couldn't deal with it anymore, so I left. I'm still up and down
Yeah.
about that. But
Yeah, and it's hard when you work with kids, but weren't you stuck
yeah,
with like the snotty you on your baby's back? You were stuck with like the toddlers?
I didn't really mind working with the toddlers. It's just that working with the babies, the coworker I worked with there helped me deal with the emotional abuse of the administration better. So I handled
Yeah.
work better having coworkers around me that I liked more. Not that I didn't like my other coworkers. And I did
Yeah.
tell my therapist about not liking that she was seeing that one coworker, but it didn't really matter anymore since I quit to me. But I mentioned it anyway, and we're just like, okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like we were just talking about with Mermaid, was it Mermaid Mari, I think was her username, about her job, like obviously her situation's like a little more intense all at once with the
Yeah.
nannying. But you shouldn't have, I think that something that took me way too long to learn is like we don't have to be in a job where it makes us feel worse. You know, if you're like, especially if you're watching children get like essentially emotionally abused,
Yeah.
that's hard. Nobody wants to be around that. And, you know, there are other opportunities available. And you're in school too. Like you're doing a lot.
Hmm.
It's a lot to like go to work and feel like shit and then come home and work more and then be upset about how work went, you know?
Yeah. And I'll be
Well,
done
I'm
with
glad.
school next week.
Yay!
That's when my
Congratulations.
project is due. Do you want to see how it's going?
Oh,
Can
yeah.
you
Yeah.
see that?
Yes, wellness. I do. She's doing a project on wellness, guys. She interviewed me, was it 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Oh, there I am. I see myself. How exciting, action. Holistic, Very cool.
Yeah,
It's
I have
coming
all the
along great.
slides done, and now I'm just adding like my narration to it and kind of
Okay.
making some of the bullet points more concise.
Okay. How exciting. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yay. Well, I'm
Working on
glad
it while watching your live stream is very difficult, though.
Well, we're almost done. You can get back to work. Always a great distraction, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's good to see you. Did you have any other questions? I don't want to cut you off or anything. If you have a question, I'm happy to answer. But
No, I just really kind of wanted to update you on how I was doing. Oh, and also, I really like it when you do giveaways and when you do mail hauls. And I won an Amazon gift card, and I rarely ever spend Amazon gift cards on myself. I always like to give them back to someone else. So I've decided that I'm going to use it on you. But what I send you, you can choose. You keep whatever you want, but the rest you can do a giveaway. And you have to open it when I'm on and give them away when I'm on to see. But
I'll do it. I'll do it.
So that'll probably be within the next couple weeks.
Okay, perfect. We'll do a giveaway.
Yes.
And I have some stuff for next week that I'm going to do giveaways. So
Okay.
we'll have them plotted out. That's really thoughtful of you. Thanks, Melinda. And thanks for keeping us updated. I'm glad you quit your job. I know it's stressful and hard, but it was stressful and hard to be there. So
Yeah, and now's a good time to do it since I'm almost done with school. I've paid it off. I still live at home with my mom, so I don't really have any bills. So
that's awesome.
it's a good time to do it.
Yeah, good. Okay, cool. Well, thanks for keeping us posted. And good luck. I'm so excited. School in a week. That's so exciting.
Yes.
Yay, congratulations. Woo woo.
Thanks.
Throwing confetti. Confetti. Okay, well, we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Okay, bye, Melinda. That's so exciting, you guys. 1 week left of school. And I think I'm really proud of you, Melinda, for quitting. It takes a lot of gall to say no. I've had to do that in many jobs, and it's, it can be really empowering, even though it's so terrifying. Like I've never, once I lived on my own and had my own bills, obviously, right? Because like bills keep coming. I've never quit a job without having another, but I've definitely like looked for a job quickly and then, quit immediately. Okie dokie. Hope, mental health and work advice. With what, like, I'm going to need a little bit more information. I mean, I can riff a little bit on this, but I think that it's important to, like, if your work is making you feel worse, and I use the term like making you feel worse loosely, because if the situation at work is so stressful, so intense, so bad, so abusive, so whatever, that we can't keep our mental health sound. We don't feel well. It makes us feel worse. We dread going. We feel worse when we come home. We worry. Like, even my mom, I had to talk her into quitting her old job because she wasn't sleeping well and she was stressed about it, and she would worry all through the weekend and then dread going to work the next day. And I was like, ugh, Mom, you've got to quit. And it was when I was actually there, Sean and I were visiting. I was like, let's get your resume together. Bring it out. Let's do this. Let's go shopping for an outfit for your interview. I was like, you can do this, Mom. You're hireable. This job is a piece of shit and I hate it and you have to quit. Much better. And she's spend way too much time. Thanks, Tony Perkins. We spend way too much time at work to be feeling like shit. And it's something that unfortunately, it took me until recently. Okay, Wade, sleep well. Keep us posted. Let us know what happens, but don't go home, okay? Reach out to someone, okay? Thanks, Nevada Sparkles. Anyway, life's too short to feel like shit at work. I don't care what you do, as long as it brings you some kind of joy or something you don't worry about or something that's easy and you enjoy the people you work with. That's all that matters. I don't care if that's cleaning toilets in a high school. I don't care if that's working at Starbucks. I don't care if that's being a CEO of your own company. I don't care what it is. Just make sure you're doing something that doesn't make your life shittier, because we have enough stuff going on, right? So that's kind of my advice when it comes to like work. And yeah, doing what makes you happy. And I think that a lot of people assume that doing what makes you happy has to be something that pays you nothing, but that's not the truth. If you enjoy your work, I don't care what it is. And it doesn't have to be a fancy job either. It doesn't have to be anything. It's what works for you. And no one can tell you that. No one can tell you what you need to do. Only you know how you feel, right? So that's something that I only learned, honestly, 3 years ago. So at the ripe age of 30, I finally figured it out. So don't worry, it can take a while. And it can, for my mom, she was 56 or 7 by the time she quit that shitty job. So don't worry. Okay. Sean's got some notes for me. Oh, yeah, that's a good, Sean's reminding people, he's reminding me. If you asked a question in the chat that I didn't get to, because I do the best I can and know that, I try to get through all sorts of questions and talk to all of you and guest all of you, but since, we have a limited amount of time, search my name on YouTube and some key phrases, keywords from your question, because chances are in my, 780 or something videos, that there's one in there for you. And so I've tagged them all pretty well. So if some of them come up and the title doesn't fit, maybe check. It might be an FAQ and it might be one of the other questions in it. So, look at the, search for your answer. Oh, and Carly, nothing wrong with having a blankie. Okay, you guys, so.
I think there's something wrong with it. No.
I have a blankie.
You do. It's a nice blanket.
But
tell them about
thanks, Sarah.
Why now you now understand why you like waffle knit.
Oh, Sean enjoys this. So I therapized you. He therapized me. He totally did. Maybe 800th special video. Maybe Michael. I'll have to see how many more until then, and then maybe we just do like a live stream instead, where it's like Kenyans hanging out, and we have all sorts of events and giveaways. Maybe. Thanks, Kayla. So. The truth of the blankie is it's pink blankie. I feel like every blankie has a name from when you're little. I had pink blankie and fuzzy blankie, both of which I still own. A pink blankie still is in my bed with me under my pillow. And it's like it's waffle knit, first of all. Super soft, and it has like silk, or like that silky feely stuff around the corners. Thanks, Brittany Borges. I don't know if I said your last name right, but that's how I said it. So, oh, Melly, good morning. And so anyway, it's pink, and it's pretty big actually, but it's super thin and holy. And you can see when I was little, I tried to stitch it up like by hand, so it's terrible, because my mom was all about like empowering us and like you can do it yourself, and if you want it fixed, you can fix it, and here's how. So it's pretty ratty, but I still love it. And forever, I would buy Sean like waffle knit like long sleeve shirts or tees and stuff. I'd be like, I love this. I don't know why I love it so much. And I would always say this, like, I don't know why I love it so much. And then like, was it like 2 years ago? I don't know. a couple years ago, Sean was like, Katie, your blanket's waffle knit. I think maybe that's why you love it so much. And I was
Why
like,
you're dressing me in waffle knit?
I was essentially making Sean into a large blanket. It was so I wanted him to be so cozy to me. 15 videos. Thanks, sheepishness. Oh my god, that really made me laugh. But it's really funny, right? It was like super comforting. I wanted Sean to look like a blankie. So, anyways, okay, so we have, what was it, 30 videos you said, sheepishness? It jumps so fast, this chat. 15 videos until 800. Okay, so we have a few more months. But yeah, maybe we'll do a little event, a little live kinning event. I think that could be kind of fun. I'm going to write that down before I forget on my notepad. 15 videos till 800. It'd be kind of fun. It'd be fun to do something for 1,000, right? I think this would be really cool. I will show you the blankie next week. How's that? I'll try to remember. Remind me on Twitter, and I'll bring it because it's like in the other room, and I'm essentially cornered in here. It's hard for me to get out of this little contraption I've set up. But I want to. Do I ever listen to Lacey Sturm? I do not. But I am happy to listen if you guys think that I would like. I'm assuming it's music. I'm assuming it's a singer. Potentially could be a podcast. I do like podcasts, and I do listen to those more. But anyways, so I love you all. Thank you for coming to hang out. And sorry I did all my mail haul last time, but those cookies are delicious, Letitia. I'm very much enjoying them. And I also ate one of those peanut, what's it called? The peanut bar or peanut block? Love you, Brooke. Thanks for coming on. So yeah. I will see you all on next Friday. I don't know what time yet, but follow me on Twitter to find out the time. But it'll be on Friday. Of course, Lucy, happy to have you on. And I'm just so thankful for all of you. I love hanging out. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And like I said, well, hold on, I'm not done talking. I'm talking a lot here. Of course, MW Jones. And so, anyways, I think it's been, I love hanging out. It's been wonderful. And like I said, you can follow along on Snapchat or Instagram if you want to know. I'm going to a party tonight, and it's another YouTuber, so you might see other people that you like. Huh? Oh, yeah. It's Matthew Santoro. Do you guys know Matthew? He's really nice. Super nice guy. So he's having a housewarming party, so we're going to be there. And we're going with some other friends. Thanks, Maddie. Love you, too. Yeah, so if you want to see some fun times, we get to go hang out because he's now a Los Angelinos like myself. So we all get to hang out. And if you want more videos and more information and other things, you can join my Patreon account. If you haven't looked at the Patreon page, I have some videos over there already that are open to everyone. And then some are open to you depending on the level of the reward that you get. Check it out. I will see you all. Actually, I'll see you on Monday with the video. And I will, see you on Friday here on YouNow. I love you all. Bye. Bye, Julie.